Hey everybody, Jason here today. Happy hump day. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hopefully you're having a better day today than yesterday with the market being all crazy and stuff. I've tried about 10 times to record a video today. I tried about 10 times yesterday and just keep getting interrupted. Just super busy day at work and other things. So yesterday we ended up the day down about 6,000. Today up a couple grand. And so as far as yesterday's red day, in case, oh come on, no, thank goodness, in case you didn't know, it was basically like U.S. and China economic tensions, where China basically demanded that we remove all tariffs from everything. So that's why whole market was down. Chinese stocks were pretty down. Even Kathy Woods was selling hers off. She sold, I believe, a pretty big chunk of her BABA and JD. And so that was yesterday's like all red day. Yesterday, as tradition goes, Tesla had fantastic earnings. Their ASP was down, but their margin was up, which like you don't get much better than that. But of course they went down. I thought yesterday might be something different, since we've seen that in the past, and I thought that downward movement might have been baked in. And since the whole market was down yesterday, I don't think we're going to find that out, whether or not that's going to be the case. But also, if you go back and kind of look at it, it usually kind of went down over the next couple weeks after earnings. So we'll see if that's the case. I saw some comments from analysts saying like it's priced to perfection right now. So that'll be interesting to see if we hold up at the levels we're at, kind of sticking there. So one of the things I really want to go over is the credit spreads and why people say to close them out early, when you should close them out early, and what could potentially happen. Now I've tried like several times to go down this path, and I will try again, but if I get interrupted again, I'm just going to end it, and we'll do it actually like either on Saturday or when I get to my computer and I can actually draw things out uninterrupted by using a phone. So plays that we have made, I went ahead and let's see, I believe it was yesterday, I sold a $13 put on Tilray. We just had a monster move to the upside, so that's going to be super good. Wow, up $1,000 today almost on our shares. That'll be super good for our wheel that we're playing on Tilray. And that's another thing, we'll go over the spreadsheet that we put together on that and see where we're at. Still holding on to some iron condors. I'll probably let those expire worthless. Probably only worth a few bucks now. I purchased 3 Palantir 2150s yesterday, which are just, they're doing fantastic. But what I did is I purchased 3 of them. So you can see I bought them for 63 bucks. And then I sold 2 of them back for $220. So we got our initial investment back plus about $30. And now we're just letting this last one run. And running it absolutely is. Speaking of Palantir, I believe it was Monday, but just in case I didn't go over it, I did purchase a couple more leaps on Palantir. Purchased those Monday, I believe, for $660. We're up, 7% on those. So Palantir doing fantastic. Let's see, other than that, I can't remember if we opened these up Monday or Tuesday, but we opened up some 59700s. I don't see any major catalysts to the upside on Tesla, and I don't feel like it's not going to have that downward movement. I don't think so this time. I think all that expectation was baked in, and the only reason we came down quite a bit was because of the overall the China issues. So that is my thesis. Most of these guys that I had sold, the volatility is completely gone, earnings is gone, so we're up quite a bit on these pretty far out of the money put credit spreads. We're up 40% on those guys, and yeah, other than that, looking pretty good all the way across the board. Apple looks like they may be bouncing back, but I have a January 135 that I purchased. I think we're down 150 bucks on that, but we did sell the 160 against it already, so That's a little $37 gain on that guy, expiring on Friday. Okay, so we've made it past this, 5 minutes in. Now can we get to talking about, let's find a SPY credit spread, because these are pretty simple. So credit spreads, why we close them out, what can happen here. So the reason we use a credit spread is defined risk, right? We have the difference in our two strikes, $100, and we have our credit received of $31. So the $100 minus the $31, credit received is $69. So $69 is our maximum risk, or should be, and is 99.99% of the time. But there is a situation that can happen where we can lose more than that, and this is what has happened to some people, and this is why people say to close them out early. So this would only happen with a fairly big after hours move. Hopefully you're not holding them like within a penny of these strike prices. So if we get into these two pieces, or these two legs of this spread here, we have a put that we sold and one that we bought. So a put that we sell, that lets somebody else sell shares to us at that price, our counterpart. So if they execute it, we have to purchase 100 shares from them at $433, or $43,300. But we have the 432, which protects us. So at any point, we can sell the shares for $43,200. And that's where you can see the difference in your maximum risk and why we need the $100 collateral, because we're having to purchase them for $43,300 and sell them for $43,200. So that's the difference of $100. So now what can happen here? Let's say the SPY goes down after hours. So prior to close, your bell rings for you, and the S&P sitting at 433.05. Okay, so you're like, fantastic. Robinhood says your options have expired, but you have the right to, or the counterparty also has the right to execute on this guy after hours. So let's say it's after hours, something major happens, and this just tanks down, and we're at 420 for some reason. Okay, so now your counterpart here calls up the brokerage and says, hey, it's down to 420. I want you to purchase shares at your $43,300, because I know I can go back to the market and purchase them for $420, and that's going to give me a $13 difference here. So you're forced at that point, and it's going to reflect in your account that it's been executed. You're going to show that you had to purchase these shares for that amount. Now, you with your potentially smaller account, maybe you're playing with $1,000, $2,000, $500, whatever. You just had to purchase these shares. So you're going to show this big negative on your account, and you see it goes down to 420. Okay. And then you're not able, Robinhood already let this thing expire worthless or doesn't execute it, and this thing is pretty much gone. So now you're left with owing this money, and all you have for your big collateral is the shares. So you have 100 shares of SPY. So you have 100 shares of SPY that you're holding on to. Now Monday comes and they want you to settle your account. Now you can't start trading until the bell opens. So okay, after hours goes down to 420. Let's say by the time market opens, this drops even more, goes down to 400. So now all you can do is these shares that are in your account, and you're not going to be allowed to do anything else because your account is super negative. Now you have to go to the market and sell these for whatever you can, which would be $400 a piece. And so you're able to sell them. So now you have your $40,000. Great, but that doesn't cover back up to what you just had to sell them for. So you just had to, or excuse me, what you had to purchase them for. So now this entire transaction, you ended up with a $3,300 loss because you had to buy them for $43,300 and you sold them for $40,000. So that $3,300, that's where the problem is. And a lot of times when this is going to happen, it's not going to be on the S&P. It's going to be on something very volatile. And if it moves a lot like that, that is where you get into trouble. And that's where a lot of people will say to close it out early. So that potential of something happening isn't even a factor anymore. And the thought behind it is usually close to expiration, if you're out of the money, you're paying $1, you're paying $2 to close it, and then you don't even have to think or worry about it. I'm personally not worried about the S&P dropping 20 points, 30 points or something like that after hours. Not to say that it couldn't happen, but that's what I do. And this is why you'll see that comment pretty often. So hopefully that makes sense. The exact opposite can happen with a call credit spread. So same kind of reasoning, same thought process there, just exactly the opposite. If you guys have any questions about that, let me know. We can definitely go over it on Saturday during the live stream if we need to break it down any further. But that's what happens, and that's why people say just close it out. So, and again, if they're far out of the money, I don't personally worry about it because I don't think I just doubt that's going to happen, especially on a Friday. People want to go home and be done with it. So, all right, guys, have a great day and make a lot of money.